Welcome back. President Muhammadu Buhari was in Niger last week for a brief meeting with the Presidential Task Force on the ECOWAS currency program. Addressing the meeting, the president said, Nigeria advises that we proceed cautiously with the integration agenda, taking into consideration the above concerns and the lessons currently unfolding in the European Union. To that end, Nigeria will caution against any position that pushes for a fast-track approach to monetary union while neglecting fundamentals and other pertinent issues. Some of these issues, he said, were diverse and uncertain macroeconomic fundamentals of many countries, unrealistic inflation targeting based flexible exchange rate regime, and inconsistency with the African Monetary Cooperation Program. Managing Director, CEO, Cowrie Assets Management Limited, Johnson Chukwu, joins us now. Mr. Chukwu, thank you for joining us on the program. What do you think are the pertinent issues ECOWAS needs to deal with first before beginning this currency integration?
Yes, a single currency is reliable in West Africa. You remember that currently the Francophone countries already have a single currency. Only the Anglophone countries that do not have a single currency. And basically, a single currency will bring the Anglophone countries into a single monetary union, and as well as bring the already existing currency bloc, which is the Francophone CFA currency, into that union. So it's not far-fetched for the West African countries to have a single currency. But the integration process is going to take quite some time. We have huge infrastructural gaps. We have disparate macroeconomic conditions. We have high level of unemployment in several of these West African countries. We have a lot of unstable macroeconomic factors. But ultimately, when the integration takes place, it's going to expand the West African market to 362 million population market, because currently the population of West Africa is about 362 million. So the Nigerian market is about 180 million will expand in effect to 362 million. And the other smaller countries will also have access to markets of the size of 362 million. So the benefits of a single currency are enormous, but it must be supported by other factors, including integrated infrastructure. Today, even with a single currency, we will not have if you don't have free movement of goods and service because of bottlenecks created by lack of transport infrastructure, they are not going to enjoy the benefit of that single currency. The European Union has actually integrated into a single market because the free movement of goods and service and people across the balance, not just a matter of using a single currency. So we need to build the infrastructure to support a single currency, which currently West African countries do not have.
President Buhari at the meeting in Niamey did not say no to single currency, but he's only saying not now. Do you think West Africa is ripe for this huge step in integration?
Well, I think the first thing ECOWAS needs to do with is agree on a convergence criteria. I don't think ECOWAS has done that. A convergence criteria will allow the member countries that are going to form that same targets and timelines that each of the countries will meet on their macroeconomic factors, such as inflation rate, budget deficit to GDP ratio, in terms of harmonization of the customs, which already exists in ECOWAS, and in terms of unemployment level, foreign reserve to GDP. Some of these convergence criteria will make it easy for the countries to be on the same or even economic platform for integration.
But is it something that could eventually be realizable? And would the whole of West Africa benefit from it without putting an extra burden on other economies?
I don't think West Africa is there for a single currency at the moment. Of course, the president couldn't have said no, because a single currency is part of the integral vision of the ECOWAS Economic Community of West African states at the point of inception. But the key thing is that there is a lot of divergence in terms of macroeconomic member countries. And for instance, you have some countries with double-digit inflation rates. You have some countries with huge deficit in terms of budget deficits. You have some countries with huge foreign currency loans. So you have, in an economic bloc where they want to integrate into a single currency, countries must have a minimum standard each of the countries must meet in terms of macroeconomic stability before they are admitted into the single currency union. Otherwise, they will create instability in the currency union. And that is what is lacking. And that's why the president said there is not yet time for ECOWAS countries to integrate a single currency.
Thanks again, Mr. Chukwu, for joining us. Let's make a quick check on other discussions in diplomatic circles. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte says he will deal with President Donald Trump politely and promised to listen to him when both leaders meet in Manila next month. Known for his anti-U.S. tirades, Duterte told reporters and government officials during a media event in Davao City held before he departed on a visit to Japan that he would speak with Trump about terrorism, drugs and North Korea when they meet on the sidelines of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Manila on November 12th to 13th.
I would deal with President Trump in the most righteous way. Welcome him as an important leader. As a matter of fact, the important leader on this side of the planet. And I would have to also listen to him, what he has to say. My responses would be calibrating of what he would ask me.
He also said he would seek assistance from Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe for the rebuilding of the recently liberated city of Marawi during his two-day visit to Tokyo from October 30 to 31st.
The dimension of the destruction would tell Japan that we need their very best in their assistance. And I do not doubt that Japan can graciously give us the help that we of course we do not expect that Japan would solve all the problems for us, but I would say significant assistance.
Foreign ministers and army chiefs of the nations constituting a Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen met in Riyadh over the weekend to discuss their progress. The coalition began a military campaign in Yemen in March 2015 with the aim of preventing Iran-allied Houthi rebels and forces loyal to Yemen's president Ali Abdullah Saleh from taking power. Addressing the meeting, Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister Adel Al-Jubeir listed a range of violations he said had been carried out by Houthi forces in the country. He also accused the Houthi forces of targeting the Grand Mosque in Mecca with a ballistic missile on Thursday. The Houthis confirmed the launch of Barkan 1 ballistic missile into Saudi Arabia in a statement to the official news agency on Friday, but said it targeted King Abdulaziz International Airport in Jeddah, the kingdom's busiest airport. Pakistan's ambassador to China, Masood Khalid, says China is playing an increasingly important role in global governance, both with its deed and words, and that the CPC National Congress had drawn up the blueprints for Chinese development.
I think this is a futuristic vision of development path for China, and it is a people-centric approach, a law-based governance, which is the highlight of this report.
During his 4.5-year tenure in Beijing, Masood Khalid has witnessed China's comprehensive achievements since the 18th CPC National Congress held in 2012. The ambassador said the ongoing reforms in the country not only benefit the Chinese people, but also set a good example for peoples in other developing countries. And this is where we end the program this week. I am Amarachi Ubani. Thanks for watching.